Trygve Throntveit. I am the research professor in higher education and the associate director for the Center for Economic and Civic Learning at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. I'm also a National Civics Fellow with the Hoover Institution at Stanford University. I would say don't feel guilty about that. You are a human being. You have self-interest. You have passions. You have values. You have aesthetic preferences, and you're probably not going to be the best servant you can be if you're doing something that makes you miserable. That said, I would also encourage that person to do two things. Take a kind of inventory of what really makes you happy and excited. Don't let society tell you that money is what makes you happy, or that big houses are what make you happy. Actually ask yourself if that is what's been most valuable to you in your life, if you've had a chance to experience any of those things. If it is important to you to be an economic success, ask yourself how, in pursuing that, you can hold yourself to a different standard than other people who are less reflective might hold themselves. Ask yourself if you can make the commitment to every day making sure that instead of making the absolute most money you can, you're thinking, how can I advance myself, make a good living, while also taking into account the trade-offs that imposes on other people, my customers, my tenants, my employees, and trying to minimize those as much as possible. Can I be the kind of person who's willing to take seriously research or stories from people's lives that suggests that I might be better off in the long run sacrificing a little bit of economic gain or a little bit of power and control, rather than trying to maximize those at all points. At the cost of a longer term investment in a thriving society. Because, you know, there are just a lot of instances in history where people who have been very, very wealthy and not paid attention to the kind of fundamental soundness of their society have ended up in with tragic fates, you know, or certainly not in the positions that they thought they had secured for themselves. So don't feel guilty about wanting to not be. No one should feel like they have to live hand to mouth to be a good person. No one should feel like they have to devote themselves to being a teacher or a doctor if what really interests them and sparks their curiosity is finance. But you can go into those fields and still accept that your private pursuits have a public impact and a public valence, and that the health of the broader public does have some impact on your private